Hello, bonjour. My name is Jan Carson, and I am really excited because I'm going to be joining you as writer in residence in October of this year for 4 whole months. In advance of coming out to France, I thought I might introduce myself and tell you a little bit about me and some of my work, but I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of you in person. So, first of all, where does my weird accent come from? I'm from Northern Ireland. I currently live in Belfast, in East Belfast. If you look out my window here, you can see the shipyard cranes where the Titanic was built. But I'm actually from a little town called Ballymena, which is about an hour's drive up towards the north coast of Northern Ireland. Um, what do I write? My primary style is magical realism. Some of you might be aware of magical realism as a genre. If you're not, exciting. We've got lots to learn together. Some of my favourite magical realist writers you might have heard of: Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Gunter Grass, Salman Rushdie, Angela Carter, and they're some of my favourite writers. And magical realism is just really a genre where fantastical things happen, but they're always grounded in the real world and reality. And I tend to use it to mostly write about Northern Ireland, about the politics of here, about the culture and social problems we've had and the history of this place. And magical realism as a genre is often associated with places which have a troubled, conflicted past, and particularly a colonial past, as Ireland does have. I have just in January, very excitingly, published my seventh book, which is a bit terrifying because I've only been publishing for about 8 years. Been writing seriously for 15 years. I thought I'd give you a quick whirlwind through my publications. This is my very battered first novel, Malcolm Orange Disappeared. You can see we've been around the world together. Then I did a short story collection, Children's Children. So those came out in, I think, 2004 and 2014 and 2016. And then I have two of these collections of postcard stories, and hopefully we'll get to write some postcard stories together. But postcard stories are just tiny little pieces of microfiction that I actually write on the back of postcards and post to people. There are two collections of them, but I have very scarily counted up the other day, and I've written almost 1,000 postcard stories over the last 10 years. So they're a great way when you're traveling to kind of keep your creative juices going. I then wrote a novel, and this was 2019, The Firestarters, and this one did really well for me, I'll be honest about that. It was my kind of breakthrough novel, and it won the EU Prize for Literature for Ireland, and also a couple of other prizes, and it's currently in adaptation as a TV series for the BBC, so we're working on that at the minute, and hopefully it will get made and be on the television. And then I published, quite strangely, 3 books in lockdown. So a postcard stories collection, this little slim book of linked short stories called The Last Resort, which, as you can see, it was actually a commission for BBC Radio 4. So it started life as a radio programme, and then it became a little book. And I'm quite fond of this one. It's set in a caravan park here in Northern Ireland, and the stories are mostly quite funny, but I love the characters in that one. And then finally, this is my new baby, The Raptures, and with, I think, probably this is my favourite cover of any of the books I've done so far. The Raptures came out in January of this year, 2022, and so far it's doing quite well, and I'm enjoying talking about this. It has just been bought to be translated into French, and this is my previous French translation, Les Lanceurs de Feu, which is a translation of The Firestarters. So it's exciting to see my work in different languages. It's been The Firestarters has been translated into 12 languages so far, so that is really exciting. So that's a little bit about my work. The other side of me is I also love to work in the community. I'm a community arts facilitator, which just means that I work with groups of people on mostly writing projects, bringing them together, often people from difficult or troubled backgrounds, to learn together, to create together, to maybe grow in confidence a little bit. And I've been doing that for 21 years, which is terrifying and gives you some idea of how old I am, actually. So that's a little bit about me. Obviously, my main passion in life is writing, and as you can see behind me, also reading. I'm a furious reader. I've got rid of my television so I could read more, but I also really love art house cinema. And I'm really hoping to get to visit some of the cinemas in the area around there. I love coffee shops. I love a nice glass of wine. I love good conversation. And I'm really looking forward to enjoying all of those when I get out there and get to meet some of you. Um, Lovely to spend some time with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your faces in October. Bye.